Good morning, welcome to Coffee Break with Tej. It's Monday, June 4th, 2012. Midway through the year. 96.9 FM, also GuardianTalkRadio.com. We're streaming live there if you want to catch us. Add me on Facebook, Coffee Break with Tej. Just looked it up in Facebook, and also follow me on Twitter, Tej Grant at Twitter. So we have a Rodney Munker with us today in studio. He's activist, Justice of the Peace, former DNA candidate of Bain and Grantstown. What else can we call you, Mr. Munker? You're a man of many trades, man.
I'm a citizen of the Bahamas.
Definitely.
I'm a father, a grandfather, an uncle.
Good.
Cousin to many.
Definitely. And we're going to talk about the crime issue this morning. You know, Urban Renewal launches today. Urban Renewal 2.0. But we're not only going to talk about that, we're going to talk about a number of different things. But in case those don't know, you know, you've been an activist for years, decades really.
Yes, that is true.
You don't look that old, man, but you know.
That is true. I've been marching from in the 70s.
From in the 70s?
As a teenager, yeah.
Well, I know about a march in 1976 against corruption in the judicial system.
Yes.
I know about a march in 1983 against intolerable conditions in public schools where CC Shooting is actually closed down.
Yeah. February 3rd, 1983, Pindling and the PLP had subjected those students to some of the most deplorable conditions. At that time, I was the leader of the Workers' Party, and the Workers' Party went there and we mobilized and organized the students, and we marched them to Bay Street and on to Parliament and on to Pindling and the PLP, and we never stopped until CC Sweeting is the kind of school that you see there today.
In 1999, you marched against poor conditions of the street market, and now in the new millennium, you're doing marches against, I guess, you know, giving murderers bail.
Yes.
The lack of capital punishment.
Yes.
And so you march on these things currently.
Yes.
And I'm sure a lot of people, they appreciate you. You know, I know you get a lot of flack sometimes. You know, people, they say their things about you. I know everything they say about you. I'm sure you know too, right?
Yeah, but once I put on my dark shades, I can't hear nothing that they're saying. They
call you a fearmonger. They say that you use the tool of fear. You strike fear in people to get your opinions across.
I would hope that that is not really the case. There is a reality that we have to look at, and that is that crime in the Bahamas is on the increase. The murder rates are increasing almost on a nightly basis.
Right.
It appears that many Bahamians are getting ready to kill many other Bahamians, and I believe that mental state is due to the fact that they recognize that the authorities are not serious with punishment. And so man, by its very nature, we all have the capacity to kill.
Right.
So we need a fair factor in our lives, and unless of course we have strong laws, efficient law enforcement agencies, the crime rate and murders will increase almost on a nightly basis.
Definitely. And you know, just to give people a little bit more background about the activism work that you do, in 1991 you were elected president of the Bahamas Construction Union. Am I right?
That is true, yes.
Am I right?
Yeah.
2004 you were elected public relations officer of the Bahamas Taxi Cab Union.
Yes,
of course.
Yeah, that was a nice period, yeah.
That was a nice period.
Yeah.
So that's just the background of your activism, but now it's taking a turn for all about crime now. I guess because of the escalation of crime over the past, let's say 6-7 years.
Yeah.
And so, you know, things that you say, I've been following you on Facebook, and you say things such as lawlessness, terrorism, blood flowing like a mighty river.
Yes.
You say that the Minister of National Security, BJ Nottage, you say that on one of your posts on Facebook, you said that he's not responsive really.
That is true, yeah.
And
in fact, he's pussyfooting. That's the word. pussyfooting.
Is that okay to say on air though?
That is not an obscenity. Don't forget now, I'm a justice of the peace.
I know.
I'm a grandfather, and I'm a Christian. I'm not going to use obscene language on your show.
Good. And you also said that the PLP government surrenders to gangsters.
Yes.
And you used words like bloody terror and all this.
Yeah.
And that's why people say that you're a fearmonger. They said that you just use the tool of fear to strike fear.
Well, let's look at what constitute terrorism as in this crime wave.
Right.
One night in April, I saw a group of men, perhaps 15, running, and I could hear the gunshot, but not see the gunman. But I could see the men running for their lives, and at the end of the run, one fell down dead. That took place on April 10th, 2012. I saw terror. That's terrorism. You can't have a society where a man can just open fire on groups of persons with impunity.